Hi guys, and welcome to Scrap Rat. I'm Cindy, and we are going to talk about a few more of the scraps and how I distressed some of the metal that we worked on with the foil tape. So this is for the Scrap Timber 2025 put on by Crafty by Toni and Margaret over at Seven Plaza. And I just wanted to pop on and show you a couple of these. I was going to do some for you, but apparently I killed my heat gun. So off to Amazon I go. Um, but these are just done with some alcohol ink and heated to kind of set it, just very slightly heated. And these, let me pull some of them up for you. Hopefully my mat is not glaring. And excuse my hands, but I wanted to pop on and show you these and do this before I went into work. But these are done with embossing powder. And I just sprinkled some on a piece of paper, and then I took tweezers and heated these little guys up. Just took tweezers and heated them up. That's why they're so sporadic. And I just dipped them in the embossing and then heated them back up. And I kind of would spread it around so it wasn't like a big pile, because when it was in a big pile, you get something more like that. And that's not bad, but I wanted them more grungy looking. And then I went over them with some alcohol ink and just slightly heat set it again. So, see, I was going to do one for you, but we're not going to do that. But I did want to show you the the um, the effects that it gets with, even though we're gonna nix the heat gun on this part. Oh, that was actually on there for a reason, Cindy, but that's okay. We're gonna cut it off because I want it even. But the alcohol ink with this, and may still have some on here, don't know. Nope, not really. So I'm just using some mushroom alcohol ink because it's the big bottle that I have. No other reason than that. I have little ones that are different colors, but that's the one that I have in the big bottle. So that's the one that I usually use for stuff like this. And I just kind of sponged it on. And this has the craft cardstock on the other side, which is going to turn pretty much a dark brown or black color. And that's fine because it makes it pop. And we're just going to flip it over. You should wear gloves for this. Like I always say, wear gloves. Otherwise you'll have nasty hands. Nasty, nasty. But these are great when you just kind of pop them on a little circle, and you can make these into tags or charms like we did the other day. Let's see if I can find it. I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, there it is. That's some of the hinges that we just used alcohol ink on. And this is another one that we used some embossing powder, and after it was on there and still warm, I just mashed it on my glass mat just to get it to kind of look kind of rusty. And this one is like completely coated in embossing powder. And this one and this one, I will show you what I used on them to make it look like kind of like copper. But take these and make them into another little charm like we did the other day, and just to kind of get a different look with it. But to get that that coppery color, it's patina. and I've had it for quite a long time. I have no idea if they still make it, but it's by Ranger, and they come in a variety of colors. I've only got a couple, and I just took the gold and the green and some turquoise and just kind of squished it around and let it dry, and then came back with some alcohol ink. And same with this one, exact same thing, just a different look. I sanded the edges of this one before I hit it with the alcohol ink. And let's see what else we have. We've done that one, you've already seen. And this one, just that piece that we had done on a piece of scrap that we had put the dots down and kind of made our own boards. I put one of the hinges on and put some brads through it and just tacked it on a piece of paper. And this is another one of the negatives on a piece of book page, the negatives from the die cuts and alcohol. I hit it with the texture hammer, and then I alcohol inked and shoe polish. And this one is alcohol ink. And I had no idea this die did this. I guess I'm not mad because I kind of like the way it looks, but I will probably never use that die again. I wanted the numbers, not them attached, but yeah, I could cut them out. So, there's that. But that's an extra step. And for me to break out everything and die cut it's enough for me to make that kind of a mess, obviously. So yeah, so that is where we're at with our scraps, and we are just continuing to try and get through this big pile that we have over here. I did want to touch on something with acetate. So I have these pieces of acetate that I had coffee dyed, or not coffee dyed, sorry, alcohol inked, and I didn't like the way they turned out for the project that I was trying to make them for. And I just wanted to show you how you could do like an overlay on something. And I think I will make a couple of these into pockets, but the way that this alcohol ink is, it doesn't really want to stick to this transparency. So I will probably back it with packaging or something to that effect. But I mean, especially like Halloween type thing. Let's see, I have some brown ones over here. But just to kind of get it like an eerie look through a window would be so stinking cool. And who knows, I may end up doing something like that. But it would look really cool on top of all kinds of things, really. Like for a bee journal, and let's see, for a bee journal, you had, oh, give me a piece of white cardstock, Cindy, come on. If you had something here with a bee, and then you put this over the top of it, would kind of make it like a soft grunge, and you would be able to pick it up and get your little bee underneath. It would be cute. May end up doing that myself. And yeah, so that's about all I have for the scraps, and I will just keep hacking away at this, and hopefully when I get new heat gun, I can come back and show you guys a couple of more things. And this is another thing that this was a flop. Did not work. I was trying to use some of that scrap acetate to make film strips, and it did not work. But these are something else that would be really cool up underneath the acetate, just to kind of make them look a little bit more weathered and kind of protect them from the ins and outs of the journal. And it would be cool on the back of a pocket, and then having having this in front, and then a piece of clear acetate, so your pocket would actually be, this would be the back of the pocket, and then the front of the pocket would be the clear acetate, but it would protect something that's like a really delicate die cut or something like that. And it would be a way to protect your more delicate things. But yeah, so I think that is about all I have for today. And like I said, I will try to pop back on here and do a couple more of the treatments once I get a new heat gun. So yeah, so I just want you guys to go out and spread some joy today and love one another and be kind. And until next time, guys, much love. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.